Hi guys, I am Raya and this is my first ever YouTube video. I've wanted to have a YouTube channel for a little while now. However, I was very indecisive on what I actually wanted to cover in my channel, and what I'm realizing is that I am passionate about several things, so I want to kind of incorporate that all into my channel. Meaning, I love makeup, I love health, I love any kind of beauty tips, stuff like that. Do it yourselves. So my channel is basically going to be a mess, like my life. I'm just kidding. But anyway, can you tell I'm a little nervous? This first video is going to be all about my journey into the keto world, fasting, and all types of fasting. I've literally done it all, and that is some nice hair. Sorry, it's been a long day, so I kind of look like a hot mess right now. Sorry. I'm having a girl moment. So my journey into keto began when I was overweight. I was not making the most healthy decisions in my life, and I don't know, I felt really bad about myself. I was in a very, very dark place when it came to leaving my house, wearing certain clothes, feeling even confident enough to even stand next to my husband, if I want to get into that. When I got pregnant, I gained a lot of weight, and it has always been hard for me to lose it. So I read a couple articles and jumped into keto thinking I knew everything. Biggest mistake I ever did. Here's why. I did lose weight. I was exercising more. I didn't feel any better at all, mentally, physically. I was eating bacon, processed cheese, basically just counting carbs because that's what keto said to do. I acted like an impulsive child and just jumped on the bandwagon to something that I didn't take the time to actually figure out what I was getting into. That being said, when I hit my keto plateau, I started doing more research, and then I realized all the things I'd been doing wrong, and all the things I'd been eating wrong, and things that you think are common sense, I guess, aren't to people like me. I don't know how else to explain it. I got back on the right track with keto, and I do like keto. And for people that stay on it for years, absolutely not for me. It's just not for me. I will do keto for like a few months at a time and stuff like that. That's fine and dandy. But when I take my son out for being good at daycare, I want to eat ice cream with him. Sometimes I want a piece of birthday cake. Sometimes I want more than 3 glasses of wine when I go out with my friends. And I have a girls' night. Sometimes I want to make bad decisions, and I think keto comes down to a very disciplined life, which is not bad at all. It's just not for me to stay on it very long term, more than a few months, and we're looking at craziness. So I have broke keto a few times, and I started researching more about keto and how to get back into keto. And then I found something called intermittent fasting, and I found it 16/8, and I was like, 16 hours no eating? I'm not really sure. And let me tell you this real quick. So the first time I ever saw fasting, it was 24 to 72 hours. So I caught wind of prolonged fasting before intermittent fasting. And I looked at this page, literally said, F no, to where my husband looked over at me and said, what are you reading about? I'm like, oh, not eating. And that's the new diet. And I was like, that's called starving. And I completely passed it and didn't really think about it for a few months until I read the new article about 16/8 and realized that people ease their body into it. It's not something they jump into. It's all the benefits from it were insane to me. It was incredible. I was like, this can't be real. Like, all these benefits from not eating, that no way. That's a gimmick. That's gotta be a gimmick. So the more research I started doing, and I had already been doing the 16/8 method for, I think, a month at that point, I was like, I can do my first 24-hour water fast because I am so interested. First off, in the weight loss, I'm not gonna lie. I think everybody that gets into fasting at one point wanted it for weight loss. And I'm here to tell you right now, if you are interested in fasting, that shouldn't be your main focus going in. And you've probably heard this on several other YouTube videos and people talking about it and everything like that. It is not a way, it's not the best way to lose weight or the sole focus to be. Because you can yo-yo, if you don't do your research, again, if you're not in the now, if you don't know facts and evidence and blah, 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 and just the different types of fasting and what can actually happen and repercussions and blah, blah, blah. You just need to be very knowledgeable for what you're getting into when it comes to fasting. Fasting can be extremely great for the body, the brain, the liver, the lungs. It can do amazing things, but you also can't just jump into it not knowing stuff, because fasting's a lot of listening to your body, overcoming stuff mentally, basically just focusing in on things that, you know it's going to be hard. You're not eating. Most of us have eaten 3 meals a day with snacks, probably more than that, since we were kids. So you're training your body to do something different, and of course it's going to be stressful on your body, but that's what you want. You want the stress on your body and your cells, because that's the fat burn. That's when autophagy hits in, and if you don't know what autophagy is, that is when our body recycles old cells, damaged protein, mitochondria, stuff like that, to help us grow, to become a better person inside. I got into it also because I've had friends recently that got developed with breast cancer, and I read several articles and things published in medical journals about how fasting can help with tumors, because they can't live on ketones, because your body starts producing ketones, and tumors and cancers need sugar to live, and if they're not getting it, guess what's happening? They're shrinking, they're dying, they're going bye-bye. So that was another thing that got me into this. So the longevity part is what really drew me into prolonging fasting. At first, the 24 hours, the 72-hour fasting, that was for weight loss, and that was vanity, and that was more so, I don't know how else to put it. I didn't care if it was bad for me when I first started researching it. And that's when I started getting worried and saying, I need to research this more, because that's not a decision you need to make based on that alone. Like, that's not healthy. So the more research I did, I finally jumped into my first 72-hour fast, and I felt great. And then after I broke my fast, I was reading all these articles going, 3rd day is the worst, and then you get all this energy and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I just ate a spoonful of peanut butter. All my research, and how come I didn't see this article? Then I started following people on YouTube that learned more about it. I'm sorry, my hair is annoying me. Sorry if I'm playing with it too much. And I started learning more about the science behind it, and I started learning key vocabulary words that I cannot pronounce, but I write down, and I know what I'm talking about because I write it down, I write it with my definition. But some of these things I can't say. I'm gonna be real with you. I can't say them. And I haven't practiced saying them before this video, so I'm not gonna try to say them. There are many, many benefits to keto. There are many, many benefits to different types of fasting. If I'm a mom of a 3-year-old son and also a wife, I cook dinner almost every single night. I have to cook for my son 3 times a day. I go to the gym. I'm around food a lot. And when I want to fast, it is difficult, and it's more of a mental thing for me because I know what I'm getting into. I fasted several times before, so I understand the point of when I'm hungry and when I'm just craving something. But when you hit about, like right now, I'm doing a 14-day fast, water fast. When you hit a certain point, you're hungry. Like, my worst day was yesterday, and it was at night, and I looked at my husband, and he heated up some chicken nuggets in the microwave. I hate chicken nuggets. I don't eat chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets, not my thing. Never have been my thing. It's not something I go for comfort food. Never has been. They smelled so good that I looked at my husband, shook my head, and just went upstairs. And he's like, sorry. And I'm just like, I was so aggravated in that moment, and I thought about quitting, and then I realized the end goal. And what really helps me when I want to break my fast early or I don't want to meet my goal, I go upstairs by myself with my notebook, my pen, and a YouTube channel, and I start studying more on fasting. And just hearing autophagy, stem cell regrowth, regrowing brain cells, like decreased tumor growth, increased antioxidants. I hear all these super positive things, and I'm like, why would I quit? I can eat as soon as this fast is over, and I am an adult, and it's my kitchen. I can eat anything I want. You know what? I would probably go to a steakhouse. Like, of course, after I get done with refeeding. So that is where I found motivation, and that really helps me through my fast. Oh, for refeeding, for what people don't know. So if you do these prolonged, very long fasts, you can hit a point when you break your fast, you don't just go eat a huge meal. You don't go eat a cheeseburger. You just don't do it. And I mean, you have refeeding syndrome when you get your longer prolonged fast. You can actually die from it, and it's not fun, and it's not a fun and games thing to think about or a joke about. It's real, and you need to be aware of it. So like I said, I'm doing a 14-day fast that turned into a 13-day fast because I need enough refeeding days before July 4th, because I do want a cheeseburger, and I do want a beer or a glass of wine. And you know why I want that? Because I'm an adult. Because it's 4th of July. And because I'm gonna do it. So it's all about giving yourself cheat days. It's all about treating your body well. And it's all about balance to me, personally. So that's where I'm at with all the fasting. And I have done dry fasting. The most I've ever gone is 40 hours. And I felt very nauseous, sick, and I didn't feel comfortable. So I broke. And I'm not ashamed of that. This is actually the first time I'm about to hit 100 hours in my first fast. I've tried 3 times before. 3 times before. And each time I hit a wall where I don't feel like my body's my own body. And it's not the mental part of it. I was super nauseous, very dizzy. It wasn't going away. It doesn't matter if I was chugging water, trying sparkling water. I even tried apple cider vinegar to get a new flavor. It wasn't happening, and my migraine got so bad at one point that everything was just like blurry, and it wasn't working for me. So this is the first time I felt very good going into an hour fast. Like, I feel normal. I wake up in the morning with lots and lots of energy. Like I said, the second and third days were the worst. The first day I was extremely motivated, so it wasn't a bad day for me. Today has been pretty good. I drank some green tea. So mine's on a true water fast, and I want to establish that now because I also drink this by Bragg, and it has like no calories. They made one specifically for fasting people, and it's delicious. Like, I'm obsessed with this. It's bad. I do drink sparkling water, green tea, black tea. I do have a cup of coffee after I've been awake for about an hour and a half in the mornings because I have so much energy, and then when it starts dying down, I'll drink a cup of coffee. But completely black. I don't add anything to it. So there's that. I'm trying to think of anything else. Like I said, I'm Mariah. It's my first YouTube channel, and I might post things about makeup. I might post things about beauty in general. I might post things about health, and in no way am I certified at all. I just do research, and I am just giving my opinion on things and what I've personally gone through. And if you're willing to try fasting, like I said, just do your research. I love it. I really, really love it. I love how I feel. It is difficult, but when you get past your goal, you feel accomplished. You're just like, I did that. It's like a superpower. I don't need food. Like, I'm a superhero. Like, I don't know. I'm lame. But that's where I'm really at. And like I said, it took a long time to get my husband on board. Not that he's controlling at all. It's just when he worries. I guess you should. When someone tells you you're not going to eat for 14 days, you kind of look at them if you don't know anything like, what what would you just say? So it took a little convincing for him, and I had to show him like my little notebook and all my research, and he's asking me all the time, are you okay? Do you feel good? So we sat down and had a conversation like adults should, and he trusts me, and he tells me he trusts me in my decisions, and he knows that I broke fast before because I didn't feel good. So at that point, I'm doing great, and I have a great support system, so I'm lucky for that too. And I say if you are ready to fast and you are dedicated, I would say do intermittent fasting first, and it's a lot easier if you've been on keto because you're not as hungry before you switch. That's completely up to you. This is just mine. I'm going to actually upload a video about my fast, my 14-day fast. I'm going to post a video tomorrow and just an update, and I'm going to try to do one each day. I should have done one the first day of my fast, but I did keep a diary, so I'll let you guys know about it. And honestly, I didn't know if I was going to be able to get to 100 hours, so I didn't want to post videos that I couldn't back up. So I hope you guys enjoy my video and my content, and if you like me, you can subscribe. I don't know how this works really. So you guys have a great night. Mwah! Bye!